Hello my friends, this is Ginny. Welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Today friends, I am going to mass make some thank you cards. I don't know if I've mentioned this in past videos, but my troop and I are traveling in 2025. Specifically, we are traveling to Italy. A lot of people have been involved in planning this tour, and once we do get to Italy, a lot of people are also involved in helping us to move from site to site. We have bus drivers, we have tour guides, a lot of people involved. So what I need to do is create thank you cards that we can give to the people who help us along the way. I am going to continue using digital junk journal kits. I thought I would just turn this video on and just mass make my cards and go from there. Let me share with you the kits that I am using in this video. 3 kits. Yeah, 3, right? Because that's 3. 3 kits I'm using. This first one is called the Whimsical World Traveler. It is by FusionDreamPrint. I did not print the entire kit. What I did is I print some of the panels. I reduced their size. I was able to get 4 per page. What I think I want to do with these is layer them on top of a card base, and I'm using a different kit to create the card base. To create the card base, I'm using 2 kits actually. One is called Vintage Travel Junk Journal Pages. Gorgeous kit. This one is by the Wild Poppy 123. What I did here is I printed 2 pages per sheet. So when I cut these in half and also trim off this white border, I will have a standard card base to work with. What I love about this particular kit is, well, 2 things really. I love the colors and I love the collaged look of these pages. It's also travel themed. I don't know if you can see. I'll hold it a little closer so you can better see some of the details. It truly is a gorgeous, gorgeous kit. And I thought it worked well with the Whimsical World Traveler. And it's also travel themed. Did I say that? It's perfect. So again, I printed 2 pages of the kit on 1 sheet. So this kit and this kit I'm going to use to make 1 style of card. And then this 3rd kit, this one is called New York City Junk Journal Pages. This one is by Veripear, V-E-R-I-E-P-E-A-R. New York City themed. I thought it'd be fun to create some New York City themed thank you cards. My troop is from New York. We are traveling to Italy. So I thought it would be fun to leave a little memento behind. Some thank you cards with some iconic New York City images, or at least images you associate with New York City, I thought would be fun. And again, I printed 2 of the journal pages per sheet. I could not, in this case, print the images so that they filled the page, because if I tried to do that, the images would be cut off. So I just had to print them so that the entire image would print. The end result is these cards are not exactly standard size. They're not going to be A2 size. They are going to be much smaller. I probably will have to make some envelopes for these. Then again, maybe I'll be okay with leaving them in standard envelopes. Knowing me, I won't be okay with that. I don't like the idea of these cards kind of floating around in an envelope that's too big for them, but that's a project for another day. Then I have these fussy cuts. Now these, I think these were fussy cuts from the vintage travel junk journal kit. I'm not sure. I printed a page of fussy cuts and somehow it got separated from whatever journal kit it was with. So I'm not sure what kit this is with, but these are fabulous fussy cuts of girls that kind of remind me of my girls in that my troop, they are an older troop. They are juniors and seniors in high school. These are young adults. So I want the thank you cards to kind of reflect that. And I thought these were perfect. What I'm hoping I can do is maybe layer those fussy cuts on the front panel of these pages, these New York City themed pages, as a focal point. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see how that works out. So it's going to be a very laid back, casual video. It's just me cutting a bunch of paper, probably inking. I have some Distress Oxide ink in the color Scorched Timber. I'm also going to pull out Ground Espresso because I'm not sure which color would work best. And just go from there. Because they are thank you cards, I did search through my metal dies and found this one that says thanks. I think this is a Lawn Fawn die. I used that to cut a bunch of these thanks, which I think is the perfect size for the cards. And I cut them using some of this Tim Holtz Sparkle Classic paper. This is perfect. You get that sparkle look without the frustration, nonsense, and messiness that comes with actual glitter. This is just a printed sparkly glitter effect. It's amazing. I don't know how they do that. You get silver and gold in this pack. I just use gold. The die cut did a great job cutting through the paper, no problem. So that's going to make adding the sentiments super easy. I have my paper cutter on standby, so I'm going to start cutting. I definitely have more cards here than I need. I thought I could make extra and just add them to my collection. I'm okay with that. For those who don't know, I mean, if you've been with me for a little bit, then you know that I am a Girl Scout troop leader. This is year... Well, I'll just leave it at it's been more than 10 years. I've been scouting for more than 10 years. And I have been scouting with the same troop for more than 10 years. I've been with these girls since kindergarten, or daisies. Now they are juniors in high school. Some years ago, they expressed interest in traveling outside of the U.S. We have been working really, really hard to raise the funds for that. Finally, are at the point where after many, 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 many years, I mean many years of saying we want to go and planning to go and saving to go. We are at the point where, guess what? We're going. I'm really excited. It's my first time. In Italy. Granted, I have the added stress of chaperoning all of these scouts, but I'm not doing it alone. I have co-leaders who will also be there. I think my troop will be okay. There are other troops that are joining us, but my troop will be fine. I have a good group of scouts, very responsible. 10 years scouting, more than 10 years scouting together. I've never had a problem with any of them, and I certainly don't anticipate having a problem with any of them during this trip. We have a jam-pack agenda. We will be traveling for, I think it's 8 days. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think it's, yeah, 8 days. It will be exhausting, I have no doubt. But I also think it's going to be amazing. Amazing. For those of you who've been with me for a little bit, can you imagine? If you've been with me for years, then you were with me when I started scouting. You were with me when I was making projects for them, badge books, other things. And now those same scouts are teenagers. They are wrapping up their scouting careers. I have had the same core group of scouts with me since the beginning. I've lost a few along the way as they get older. Scouting is now, it's not cool. It's not cool, I guess, as a teenager. That being said, most of them still stayed, continued scouting. In the 10+ years we've been scouting together, my troop has completed, well, the majority of the scouts completed their bronze award. The majority of them also completed their silver award. And as of right now, we have one scout who completed the gold award and another scout whose gold award project is still in the process. If you don't know, a gold award is the highest, most prestigious award you can earn as a scout. It requires 80 hours minimum of work. It also requires that the project check off some important requirements in order to even qualify as a gold award project. It's a process. I will tell you that my scout started his project last year, and only recently, in fact on January 6th, we received notification that his gold award final report was approved. So my child is officially a Gold Award Girl Scout. I'm super proud. And just to explain a little bit, for those who may be wondering, well, you said Girl Scouts, but you just said him and he. I did. My child is trans. My child joined Scouts when he was in kindergarten. And at that time, in terms of gender identity, identified as a female. Then in middle school, my child changed his gender identity and prefers he, him pronouns. I'll just leave that there. I'm not going to get into it. Everybody has an opinion about it. Quite frankly, don't care what others, feel about it. I can only explain why I use the he, him pronouns. And I explain it so that you don't be confused about it. He actually did a wonderful project about effective allyship for the LGBTQ plus community and why it matters, why it's important. It's a project that he worked on for 14 months. So 14 months and over 140 hours later, his final report was approved and he is now officially a Gold Award Scout. These are so pretty, so very pretty. As for me, what's going to happen once my scouts graduate high school, I think that is going to be the end of my scouting career as well. I have zero interest in starting a new troop. I think back on all of the work, training, time commitment, and expense involved with being a troop leader, and I cannot imagine doing that again. I just can't. I have a lot of wonderful memories. With my troop, milestones, community service projects, just a lot to look back on and be thankful for. But do I want to do that again? I don't think so. I don't think so. In the end, I'm just thankful that we were able to scout together for as long as we have been scouting together. It's really a major accomplishment. Okay, so now we have these. These we are going to first trim off the white border. I hope my blade holds up. I do have some spares, but I'd rather not have to stop. And change the blade. So let's hope this blade holds out. But again, still a lot of fond memories. Definitely can see that the blade is starting to give out a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is just pause here, change this blade. I will cut the rest of this off camera and then pick up from there. We are back, my friends. All of the papers are cut. The edges are inked. I inked the edges with Distress Oxide ink in the color Ground Espresso. I am now folding all of the card bases. I'm curious, what is on your craft desk? What are you working on? Are you crafting along with me? I hope so. This is definitely not an exciting video. I'm not sharing with you any new techniques. But it's what I'm doing, so I thought I would share with you what I'm doing. Feel free to share with me what you're doing. I'd love to know. Okay, card bases are done. I think I'm going to start with, I'll put these to the side for now. I will also put these fussy cut images to the side. What I did do is back these images with some double-sided foam tape to add a little bit of dimension, nothing crazy, just a tiny bit of dimension. Hopefully that will look good when we put those cards together, but let's work on these. I want to work on these. Something, as I was cutting and inking and got to see all of these images sitting next to each other, something that occurred to me is that it's a little busy. My intention is to layer these cards onto these card bases, and it's super busy. It's okay, but what would be better is if we backed this image with a solid piece of cardstock and then layer that on top of the card base. See, that makes a world of difference, at least to me, and I think to you too. So what I did is I found some 12 by 12 solid black cardstock, and I cut it down to a size just slightly bigger than these panels, probably about 1/4 of an inch border, if not less than that, all around. And what I am going to do is glue these panels onto that black card base so that the image just pops better. I think you'll agree with me, it definitely pops better. during that, during that, what was for you instantaneous little break, and for me a much longer break, I did take the opportunity to have some lunch, cut the black cardstock, put some of the cards together, simply because I am making so many of these, it kind of becomes repetitive after a while, and I don't think you want to see me cut and trim and glue and cut and trim and glue for an hour. I mean, maybe you do. Maybe that's your thing, but I can't imagine. So I did complete some of the cards off camera, and I will share all of them with you. I will give you a spoiler. I love them. I absolutely love them. That being said, I did leave some unfinished so that we can at least build some of these cards together. You can keep me company while you create something. Okay, here are these panels. Aren't they adorable? I love this kit. These are some extras, I think. I'm going to put that to the side. Here are the card base. I'm going to try not to overthink this. I'm just going to just make sure the card is right side up. And I am just going to glue these onto the front. Try not to stress it too much. I guess the goal is just to get it mostly straight. I think because there are so many different colors in the background, it just all works well. So I shouldn't really stress what panels go on what cards. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That is right side up. Here are the cards. Very pretty. We are going to add our sentiment to this. So I have my very pretty thanks sentiment that I would attach to each card. And I am going to use this same glue. So aside from making these thank you cards, I do have other projects on my desk that I'm either working on or want to start working on. Journal-wise, I still have my Edgar Allan Poe themed journal in a project basket to the right of me. I have all of the papers, digital papers that I'm using, printed, folded, cut to size. I have all of the dyed papers and other specialty papers and ephemera that I want to use in the journal, also cut and prepped. Everything's prepped. The ephemera's prepped. Everything's prepped. What needs to happen is I need to put that book together. So I have that. Then I'm thinking of starting a mixed media, or not really starting, but participating in a mixed media challenge that is currently ongoing here on YouTube. I think these turned out great. Check these out. Beautiful. Let me share the back. It's so pretty. So very pretty. And let me share the others that I made. There are 20 cards here, my friends. 20. These digital kits are gorgeous. I am definitely going to link them down below. Hopefully they are still available. They should be. They should be. These two kits work well together, I think. And I don't know, they're not from the same shop. Definitely not from the same shop. It's just a coincidence, I guess. Beautiful. These are all standard 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So standard envelopes will do. Fantastic. So these are done. So let me go ahead and move some of these items out of the way so that we can move on to the next group of cards. I'm gonna put you over here, I think. And let's work on these. Now these I did print. I have 10, basically 2 of each of these card bases. These are beautiful journal pages, part of a beautiful junk journal kit that I printed. 2 pages per sheet, essentially creating standard size card base. But I don't need all 10. I just want to make 5 with you today. And those 5 I'm just going to put to the side because I have some thoughts on what I want to do with those. Also, I only printed 1 of this fussy cut sheet with the 4 lovely ladies here, young ladies. So I don't have enough focal points or just enough of them to create 2 sets of these, so we'll just make 1 here today. And because I have 4 but I have 5 cards, I need to decide which of these cards are just going to have to stand alone. I'm thinking this one. I don't think I want to put someone one of these images on this card because it wouldn't make sense that someone's standing in the middle of the street. You'll get hit by a car, especially in New York. And also because of the placement of the yellow cab on this front, the image would block a lot of it. So I think this is the card that's just going to stand alone. In terms of a sentiment, I don't know. I first was thinking maybe I would add this same one. Well, actually, that's not that bad. Then I started second guessing that. But now that I do that, that actually works. At least on this one. Okay, so maybe on this one, we'll just put this thing. So let's do that now. That seems to work. That works. That works. So let's go ahead, put some glue on this. Okay, I think we put this around there. That works. Look how pretty. That works. Okay, that one is done. So let's look at these 4. Now what I'm thinking in my head, what I'm thinking is these will be kind of snapshots, right? Someone visiting New York or visiting the sites in New York. I just need to figure out who is going to hang out where. She does have oranges. She would look good here. Actually makes me nervous that she's hanging out there, because in New York City subways, you just don't hang that close to the platform. We don't do that. So maybe she will work better here because we can put her more center. So she looks like she's more on the platform. That might work. Actually, this is really pretty with the blues, but is it too much blue? Okay. I think this is the way we're going to do it. This is the way we're doing it. I'm committing, not going to overthink it. Too late, right? Already did that. So let's start with this one. We have to, well, not we, me, I have to peel the release tape. Well, as I was saying, I'm thinking of participating in a mixed media challenge that I recently learned of. It's happening here on YouTube. It's an index card a week. I forget the name of the person who's hosting the challenge, but her video was, it popped up on my feed, my recommended video feed, and I'm thinking I want to do it. She created a list of prompts, weekly prompts. So there are 52 prompts. And each week you make an index card using the prompt for that week. I think they are on week 3. So I'm a little behind. If I do decide to participate, I'm behind. But I can take one weekend and catch up. That's not a big deal. But what piques my interest about this challenge is that the host of the challenge herself, she is challenging herself to use at least 3 mixed media techniques when creating her index card. And I love that. I love that. And I think I want to do that. The prompts are good. The idea of using or doing mixed media to complete them appeals to me. Also, the fact that it would be on an index card also appeals to me, because that's a very small canvas. So in theory, creating those projects should not be an all-day event when you have such a limited canvas in terms of size. This one is just absolutely perfect for this card, isn't it? That's crazy. I don't think these fussy cuts were part of this kit. I don't think so. I don't think so, but I don't know. Maybe I'll move her over just a little bit more to definitely have her on the platform. For sure. There we go. She's safe. She's on the platform. Okay. And just like that, these cards are done. Look at these. Here's the front. Here's the back. Love the pizza. I love New York pizza. I really do. I can't say the pepperoni's my favorite, but I do love New York pizza. It's one of the benefits of living here in New York. Pizza, bagels, amazing. Here's the back. And just like that, these cards are done too. So we have 5 fabulous New York City themed cards to add to the stash. So I think that's it, my friends. I know that's it. Today I made, let's see, I think that 20 here I said, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 of these and 5 of these. I have more cards than I need, and I'm okay with that because that means some of these are going to make it into my stash. So that completes my project for today. Have a fabulous rest of your week, and I will catch you all in my next video. Until next time, my friends, bye-bye.